yeah, this is the sound if you guys want to
Test.
see what it's
Yeah,
like.
there you
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. And let's get this
Test,
intro
test.
going.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Why this computer?
Just do it.
So that is your phone.
Oh yeah, that's the static.
Okay. That'll go
Yeah.
off.
What service do you have?
AT&T.
Yeah.
That's causing the problems.
AT&T and T-Mobile, you'll hear it through amplifiers and microphones. Because they're still they're not 100% digital yet, believe it or not.
Is that payment for the banners?
I'll put an airplane mode.
Just make sure it's silenced.
Yep. Silent and on airplane mode. There we go.
E, what are you looking for?
It's looking to make you sound good, Perry. Perry.
Mickey, not say anything stupid by muting the mics for a second. I started the recording and you guys were talking.
Yeah, we are streaming right now, so. Oh, let me get this intro.
I mean,
Gosh darn it, this is a wacky one here, guys.
You know what, gents? If this is
there we are live
the
now.
most annoying part of your day, then you got it pretty good.
Yeah, you got it pretty good. You're right.
Right? I mean, like, hey, you know.
Yep. There it is.
Will you do me a favor? Will you kill that light in the bathroom and shut that door?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Have you got a name for your intern yet? Jesus, are you being nice
I haven't
to
even
him?
looked yet. I gotta start looking. I haven't even started to look yet. I didn't realize I was supposed to start looking yet.
I don't know.
Why is there audio coming through here and we're not hearing it?
Check 1, 2.
Oh.
Check. Hey. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
dude.
Hello.
And why is this muted?
I just muted that stuff because this is recorded.
Well, he's talking. Oh, you got solos, man. He's an author and a rock star. He's reached highs that most can only dream of. He's also hit lows you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. And now he's ready to share that journey and that truth with you on Grind Time with Darren Mccarty. Please welcome your host, number 25, Darren Mccarty.
Yes, it must be Wednesday. In fact, this is Wednesday 313. Happy 313 to all my people in the D, or everybody who comes down to the D to enjoy the casino, maybe some of the stadiums. You know, maybe they come downtown and buy some weed. You know, Utopia Gardens, that's usually a good one, I heard. So, you know, whatever it is, yes, this is Grind Time. It is a little later here on this Wednesday night, like I said, 313. I'm your host, Darren McCarty. Great to be back with you. There's a little, I don't know, I guess I'm just glad because when Tim was telling me that Facebook was down, I was sitting in the other room, and a couple apologies, but he said we were at war and then the planes were coming and stuff. So I was glad he's wrong on that part. Just I don't know, and I do care. But I really don't, because it's a perfect timing that if we were going to have malfunctions on this last show, because we're not in the new studio. The new studio, I threw, actually Perry did some video and threw up a sneak peek. Are my guests tonight, actually, the gentleman that brought the stuff in from Stahls, Paul Sabatini, the business and product specialist, Mr. Scotty Questions Valley, the senior creative director cadet, and Dan Stahl of Stahls, international officer. But these guys you're going to get to know not only here on Grind Time, but, good friends also. But before that, a little bit about the new studio. Now, nothing to be really worried about. The due diligence, and like I said at the beginning, when we started this venture, getting back into it, jeez, now, Timmy, it's like middle of March, right? So what do you say? This is our 15th episode?
Yeah.
So we got consistency on our side, but this new studio is going to be awesome. And from what these guys did for me, not only with...
Sorry, man. Thank you to everybody who's been sharing and liking, and the numbers are going the right way. And we appreciate everything.
And you know what? That reminds me.
Yeah.
Right? Before I continue about anything else, can I get a drum roll?
Oh yeah. Hang on.
Because the Russian 5 advanced. Oh yeah. No, we gotta do this. Yeah. Tim. The Russian 5 advanced screening at Sperry's Movie House in Port Huron winner is Dave St. Ong.
Woo! Yeah.
From
Congrats, Dave.
North Street, Michigan. Dave St. Ong. Or Onge.
Yeah, Onge or Ong, but
it's like Inge, but with the O.
Yes. Exactly.
St. Onge. So Onge. It's gotta be Onge. O-N-G-E. Right? Dave St. Onge. Thank you, my homie. I look forward to. So get a hold of Tim.
Yeah,
email at Grindtime Podcast, or Tim sent out.
I sent a direct message to Dave. So
Dave.
Check your Facebook. If anybody knows Dave, tell him.
Anybody who knows him, tell me one. And I look forward to see you. That's at Sperry's. That's at the hometown next Wednesday. So I might as well bring it up now. Next Wednesday's show, May 20th. Oh, geez,
March.
Man. I haven't played golf with you, man. Anyways, March 20th next week. So Port Huron, the Russian 5 movie. Because Josh Reel, the director, is from Port Huron, friend of the show, guest of the show also, are playing it in all the Sperry theaters there. We will be down there. Dave St. Onge will be down there with us. And next week, we're going to be even later. Hopefully they get this Facebook smozzle so we can go live, but we'll be dropping the podcast coming back here. So, what I told Tim is what we're going to try to do and work towards it is get the phone lines hooked up and, have some, communique between us, whether you, are going to see the movie next Wednesday, you've seen it, you want to see it, what we like, what it reminds me of. This will be my third time seeing it. And, also too, I'm excited. And I think that the big point of this is, and Josh brought it up when he and Jenny, when they were here, is the fact they got to see it in a group. Just like watching the games, whether you're watching it, nobody really watched them alone.
Yeah.
It was around somebody and you planned it around. So I try to tell everybody, if you can, when you go in there, just prepare yourself to be 22 years younger.
Yep.
Or 25 years younger, 30 years younger, and go in there with that innocence and that fandom. And man, it's just awesome. I look forward to talking about that next week. So back to the new studio. It looks Timmy,
great job.
I got Tim Krakowski here.
There's been a lot of people helping,
and who has been blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep. A lot of help from Walter and Troy. And...
Absolutely. There's been I think it's like Noah didn't build the ark by himself.
That's right.
Right. So it's really coming together.
Yeah.
I was watching Brad cringe as you guys were drilling his table.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Had to be done.
If you're listening, Brad, great job. That is phenomenal. I was out. You know what I liked? Just being in there with the TV. I can't wait. And then you'll have to go check out Grind Time. But these wonderful gentlemen at Stahls.
And they just took it to another level. I mean,
they did.
I was speechless.
It was. And I bet you guys are just waiting to hear what that is. But I'm not telling you because I got to tell you guys about my weekend or since last Wednesday.
Yes.
Right? So I was in Battle Creek Cricket Club with the Triple J's. That's JJ and J, the owners, because their all names are J.
Seriously.
So I just say Triple J. I want to tell you that was with Kevin Zioli, who
very funny man.
Oh, he's awesome. Good. And becoming a good friend and actually that sometime in the very near future, because we have the new studio and stuff, I'm bringing in 4 comic friends, and we're gonna have a round table, sort of different things. So I look forward to that. Awesome. I look forward to picking their brains and learning some stuff, but also too some of the not only funniest guys, but some some great guys.
Cool.
So Cricket Club, thank you. What a phenomenal, just people were great. The staff was great. The food was great. Everything was just awesome. It was Battle Creek was phenomenal. I don't get over there much, and I think I'm gonna head over there a few more times because it was phenomenal. And then went to Masonic Hall number 77 in Saginaw, because it's not the nasty, it's the Nawesome. Because since I've been going there back in like 2009 or so, I've changed it to the Nawesome. Right, so I was they let me into one of those Masonic lodges. It was a PG, but it was that was really cool because Cheryl, my wife, and her friends and my brother-in-law's Dig Your Grave Dave, which not big but packs a punch, and Uncle Chucky the preacher, her other brother who's funny. I got to get him in here. He'd be funnier than hell. But they were able to come up and have a family. I guess see me do the comedy, but be able to have dinner and spend some time together. So that was cool because, as Cheryl says, our sisters are crazy and her brothers are awesome. So it works out. So that was the comedy on the weekend. One of the things that I want to update everybody on was the Ted Lindsay experience. I guess I'm going to call it the experience because I think what really is what Joey Kosher said at the end when there's a photo, and I don't know if we're going to be able to, it's not going to be, if you're able to see it, I'll put it up. I did post it on the Grind Time. I believe it's of all of the alumni and people involved, the Red Wings and some former NHLers. Lanny McDonald was there. He used to play for the Leafs and Calgary, and we all shot our sticks like Ted did in a big photo after his funeral. So, but as Joey said, this one, it seemed like we got to celebrate and have a bunch of different events and to know that was Ted there. Now with Gordy's, the difference, Gordy's was downtown. It was just more of a public display than Ted's was. The way, like I said, is that everybody who was there was who Ted wanted to be there.
It was a family atmosphere.
Right. What did you, Perry? You were there, Perry, and being a part of the alumni and all that. What did you think? Because you went to you did the same things that I did.
Yeah,
so.
it just felt like family, which is what Ted cultivated with alumni and just the people.
So speaking of that, I was going to tell everybody about. I was going to show them that, you know what, I'm a little bit feisty. I was on fire on Saturday. Big Bert Bertuzzi was out there. Me, Jimmy Carson, and Bert. I mean, holy cow. Bert says to me on the bench, he goes, "You lead the league in scoring, right?" And I go, "Yeah, because you know why? I mean, how about this? I don't even have a name on my jersey for a couple games. Now they tell me that somebody misplaced it and didn't have it, but I'm thinking it's because I was only getting like 2 goals a game. So I said, Bert, you got to feed me, bro. I got to start getting like 3-4 a game. And sure as heck, Tom Bertuzzi's still silky smooth and fun to play with. But it's on that note, I'm going to go here where it's you and I were talking about this, Perry, but guys, I think that the one thing that I'm really finding is hoping to be able to help guys in transition a lot, because I had a tough time with it, and it almost I almost killed me. But in that, and finding out not only your worth, but just your time and what you want to do and be around. And you mentioned it. I'd love you, for my Grind Time listeners, for you to summarize the conversation that we had about, because you noticed and brought it to me, is there's a lot of similarities in him coming around now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Todd, after he retired, he didn't really do anything with the alumni, and he's been back a couple times. And then Saturday, you just saw the smile on his face, the joy. Of course, he was playing with you and Jimmy Carson.
But let me ask you this, Perry, because you being the referee of the alumni, and you see a lot of different guys, and it's just not Red Wing alumni guys or old ex-Detroit Red Wings. It's NHL alumni guys that are from here, that have lived here, or whatever else. But you had to have seen it at different. Does it happen to guys at different ages, or is it usually like 3, 4, 5 years after, or can you see it? Is this something that you've seen over time?
Oh, absolutely. You notice, and I think with each guy, it's individual time. The time has to be right, just like for you. It wasn't right away. It took a while. Todd's been a couple of years, and now he wants to come back. I noticed nobody jumps back into the alumni right away.
Right, exactly.
Because like you said, you're finding your place.
Yeah, well, it finds your place with your kids or away from the game or not find yourself. What I noticed with Bert too, like for me, and I'm the first one, the adamant, I was there for the booze, I was there for the camaraderie, I was there for the dressing room. You made me go on the ice, and I wasn't happy. You know, that was the worst part of it, is having to go out and skate. Right now I can say I go out there and I enjoy myself. I look forward to it. I look forward to. There was a video that we had of me beating the crap out of the goalie. How many times the goalie challenged me, Perry?
He was.
How many times did the goalie challenge me?
He's on the bench challenging.
No. But on the ice, like I scored on him.
He kept scoring. You were lighting him up.
So, hey, Tim, you'll appreciate this, okay? So here's a little lesson, and so I'm going to see if Perry, because around here on Grind Time with Darren Mccarty, right, we're humans, so we make mistakes. We try not to make the same mistake twice. So Perry forgot his phone to record on the ice. I mean, why would I, 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren Mccarty, be in the starting lineup? I mean, why? I mean, maybe opening face-up, maybe down the middle, maybe just something, right? So not only just that, then he doesn't have his phone, doesn't go get it. And what do? Scotty questions over there. You know what I did? Absolute toe drag, roof into upper deck. Normie Bates keeps his mom in the attic. Boom. Buried it. Perry. No. Nothing. Not even on video. My centerman, Jimmy Carson, 50-goal guy, rookie. Was he rookie of the year?
I believe he was, yeah.
You don't know. He was a high draft choice, great player. Intellectual, might be the smartest guy I know. Yeah. He was even blowing your shit.
Oh, and then
because you wouldn't get it. But then Perry, hey,
I'm on the ice doing the game.
To Perry's credit, he did get one.
Oh, I got it. And Jimmy lit me up too. He's like, "Oh man, once Mac lit you up, you should have seen how fast you were to get that phone." And the worst part was, I was right behind him when he did snipe that shot. And I mean, it would have been a perfect video.
One of those, right?
Yeah. First time a ref made a mistake.
So what was the score? What was the score in the game?
Well, Mac had 4, and I think
I had 4 and 3. I mean, I'm not counting. I'm not even going to beg for the other assists. I mean, I might have had 5. I mean, Perry's so intimidated. But Perry, to his credit, did get the phone. So anyways, after I scored, I was skating by the bench, and the goalie was chirping me. Didn't expect me to jump in and beat the crap out of him. But he actually he emailed, sorry, homie, what's your name? Matt? I think it was Matthew or whatever. He emailed me because he had some questions. So I'll get back to you, bro. Don't you worry about that. So that was we had fun doing that. But what happened? Hey, the story, because Mickey Redmond did the eulogy at Ted's funeral, and he comes up and he says, "Wow." He goes, he starts laughing. He goes, "You wouldn't have known it last night in the alumni game, charity alumni game. Donnybrook broke out." As Mickey said, well, I think they call it a 5-on-5. But I guess, so I wasn't there. Because, Tackleberry don't like gunplay. And actually, I know why I wasn't there. Because Friday, I was I wasn't in a very good mood. I let my friends closest to me know. Perry, did I not? What did I say?
Not in the mood to talk.
Or no, I said, I'm pissed off. Really bad. I don't want to talk about it. Just let me stew on this. Perfect communication. It's like I was telling you earlier, where it's just sort of like, dude, because people around you, whether they work with you, whether they're your family, whatever, they know what it is. So be honest. And if it's something that, it's small or it's not, you have to get out and have that conversation, because a lot of time you don't understand what the other person, that there maybe is more effort or a different kind of effort or a miscommunication of what your expectations are. What do I always say? Don't think you know, ask so you're sure you know. There's no dumb question. So that was, but so you were reffing, and Nofty and he got hit from behind. One of our guys got hit from behind, and he clubbed a guy, and then
drilled the guy into the net.
So this is what I hear. So Perry, since you were reffing, and even though you didn't have your glasses on, you're a blind mouse and you can't see, what were you told happened about 10 feet away from you?
So I come up to the scramble. The whole group's gathered up against the boards, pushing and shoving, and I'm yelling.
All 10 guys.
All 10 guys. I'm like, this is a charity game, and I'm pushing the kids because they were young kids they were playing against. I'm trying to push them
like
back.
Young kids,
and he's
like 5 years old or 15 or 25.
25 to 30.
Okay.
And the one kid's
so
like,
young enough to know better.
Oh, absolutely. It's a charity game, right? And
no.
And the kid's going, he punched me in the throat. And then Joey comes up and he puts his arm around the one guy, and the guy's like, yeah, no, I know Joey. Doesn't want to mess with Joey. And
Joey was peace talking?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What did Joey say? Joey said, listen, guys, we can play this any way you want. No, you know how we go. I don't think you're going to like it because it doesn't. Now we're just old and we're just ornery, and, we haven't done it in a while, but we remember. So you want to just charity, and honest to God, it's like I said, toughest guy I ever fought, Joey Kosher. Took a piece of my helmet off, hit our heads on the ice. He looked at me and said, you all right, kid? And I looked at him and said, thanks for not killing me, Mr. Kosher. But it just goes to show you there, right. Scotty questions, is that you don't kill me, then I'll haunt you. And then I'll be hanging around you all the time. But if I was that kid, if I was that guy today, if Joey said that to me, I think I'm moving on.
Oh, real quick. And it probably would have dissipated faster, but Joey was playing D and he was at the far blue line, so it took a while for him to get there. And then once he came,
we had to purvey. So you guys,
I think Dan had a little experience
Paul,
with Joe.
have skated against the alumni before because every year we do the Stahls game. Actually, here I'm going to let you do it. Let's talk about you guys for a minute. Introduce yourselves and little brief where you're from, and tell me. Let's talk hockey before we talk business. So because we played you guys how many times we played?
We're going to be 5 years now. We started at Clark Park.
Yeah.
And now we have our own charity game through Stahls. It's called the Power Play for Heroes.
Yeah.
And
when is that?
It's always around Veterans Day weekend. It's a 2-day affair. One day is the game against the alumni at St. Clair Shores Civic Arena usually. And then we open the Stahls Automotive Collection on Veterans Day too.
That's awesome, dude. I can't wait. This year we're gonna have to blow it out.
Oh yeah.
Now with our alliance, and as I slowly disrobe this wonderful zip-up hoodie, Scott, what would you call this wonderful brand? Like what's the style of sweater here?
That would be an athletic track jacket.
Oh, thank you very much.
Track jacket with a hood.
Mccarty athletic track jacket hoodie. It was a little warm in here, so I just took it off. So anyway, that's awesome, and that comes in. This will be fifth year.
Fifth year, and we're excited. We love the relationship with the Detroit Red Wings alumni. It's always for a great cause. You guys are great people. Stahls, we're all great people, and since you've witnessed this now, Darren too, we're all in it for the right reasons.
Absolutely, we'll get into it. But do you understand? Like now that we're like friends and we're becoming like family, that you guys are just gonna take a beating now because Perry, will you explain that the closer you are when we get out on the ice, then
it's gonna go up.
It's gonna get a little ugly. Now, Dan, you might have a chance. You can negotiate. We'll see how you're a very good negotiator. No, but Paul, see, now you know why I got Perry around. You need a Paul around, right? Questions proven his Ruth. Questions has got a guy. Paul has a girl named Lisa that I met today when I was at the show, right? So I could circumvent him. So if we got to hurt somebody, it'll be him.
Thanks, Darren.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
We're going to start practicing right now, I think, guys.
I don't think that'll help.
I'd say the weight rooms.
I don't think that'll help either.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So you guys have been doing that. Now you guys also play like shinny or men's league or?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us have been skating. We don't have a Stahls team, but the whole team is employees or family members, which is kind of cool.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I've been playing for 45 years.
So let's just talk charity or talk.
That's what I thought he was 45.
That's good. That's good.
Little locker room here. All right.
No, that's all this is.
Yeah.
That's all. So what's the since you're coming into fifth year, so now you just passed the fourth. What are the big things for people starting out with, trying to get something off the ground? Any advice?
I would just say listen to your coaches and take as much advice as you possibly can.
Closer there, Danny.
Oh, I would just say
There you
listen to your coaches and take it. Whatever advice you can get. Because the more opinions and more information you get, you'll be better off.
That's awesome. What?
I'm just gonna ask, are you talking about players starting out? Or are you talking about like teams that are trying to play with?
Or getting a charity started.
Getting a charity
started.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just gotta search what your company believes in. Like
so
we
did it
do.
come? Did it come with Stahls like a powwow of the meeting of the minds and said, "Hey, we want to do a wing. Let's do that." Because as we talk about Stahls, custom printing. What's the prop? I mean,
heat printing.
Stahls heat print technology.
Okay. Stall, because I'm confused because there's group stalls, which I just learned was just like the nuance international put it all together flavor, right? And then tomorrow we're going to visit the warehouse in Chesterfield, right?
Yep.
Yes, MEC.
Right, and that's where the museum,
Automotive collection.
the automotive collection. That'll be awesome. I look forward to that.
But like I think Dan, you can speak because your dad has military, so it's all Veterans Day. So we looked at charity. We want it to be military related. So we had Guardian Angels medical service dogs.
Yeah.
Which is a great cause. I mean, they're all great causes.
Yeah, right. Which is it's tough. It's like, but you gotta pick one or pick something because that's how the hockey. I mean, it makes sense. So Stahls, Dan, take us back a little bit to the history.
Hey, I got a question.
Oh, certainly.
What's Stahls?
Stahls, the simplest way to say it is we're the world's largest manufacturer of decoration materials and equipment, whether it's the heat press to heat apply the materials on, or the actual materials themselves.
We like to say from the big leagues to the pros. So your mom and pop shops, your team business, that's been our core for years.
So you guys sell the equipment to shops.
We manufacture.
You manufacture the equipment. The old man, apparently, you were telling me, Scott, that he invented the process of actually monitoring the heat during the transfer.
Yeah.
So what happened about 20 years ago, right, is that the heat transfer thing became a thing. All of a sudden, you can make T-shirts without doing 6 different colors and 3 different things and screens and rubbing ink on material, right? All of a sudden now, you could print something with a laser printer or an inkjet printer, and you could heat transfer that to any material. That became a thing in the past 20 years, right?
Yeah, part of the big problem was about 20 years ago, we'd manufacture, a new type of material, and all the current manufacturers of heat presses weren't currently working. There wasn't even heat or even pressure. So my dad went to the heat press manufacturers and said, "You guys need to, fix your machines. There's not even pressure as well as heat." And they said, "We just sell the machines. We don't care what happens after." Whereas the first point, we realized we have to manufacture our own heat press, and it took quite a while, but eventually now Hotronics is the world's largest manufacturer of heat presses.
Amazing.
How long has it been around?
Since, I believe, 1989-ish.
Okay. Wow.
And how long to develop?
Probably took a good 2 to 3 years, and that's just the one heat press where.
No, but it's weird, and I say that because today I went to the
St. Clair Shores.
Yeah, what is that factory or facility? What is that called? The
You could say I would just say regular Stahls, where there's certain divisions, whether it's the transfer division in Ohio, or Stahls Hotronics that's in Pennsylvania that manufactures the heat presses. But pretty much we started out, back in 1932 for my great grandfather. From there, they worked, pretty much started out of a garage. Then I believe 1970-ish, they moved to St. Clair Shores.
Okay, so where I was, but how big it is today. So the one spot was where they put the numbers on.
Yeah, so St. Clair Shores is where we do a lot of our letters and numbers in twill and vinyl materials cut out, like the jersey I'm wearing here.
Yeah.
So that's where they customize and do.
Right, and
a lot
I saw
of
that
teamwork.
process, and what a wonderful, like you said earlier, where you mentioned, Paul, you mentioned the fact that with the Red Wings and the family, and it started with the military, and it's really like I got walking in there, I was blown away by the reception.
How did the Red Wings connection come about? Tell us about why you're part of the Red Wings family.
Well, part of it, just family history. All my brothers and sisters, I'm one of 7, played hockey since we were growing up. And then, one trying to raise money for veterans. And then the connection to hockey was pretty simple.
Yeah, we reached out to George Bowman, and we were like, hey, we're going to be playing some charity games, and we'd love to be part of the alumni program. And it's worked out great. Like Dan said, it's a hockey It's
Well,
a hockey family.
But here's
Awesome.
the whole connection too, is that how I sort of you guys do our alumni jerseys. So there was the one that you did that was for autism that had the puzzle pieces
Yeah, for the
with
Ted Lindsay
different colors.
Foundation.
But Joey Kosher's Kids Foundation for Kids or whatever like
Yes.
that, you do the softball jerseys every year. And I think a few years ago you did that sick. Got my attention really bad because it was not only cool looking, but the material.
It felt
and
good.
It was like, right. So when I went through the St. Clair Shores facility today, and Dan was explaining, and I got to see these lasers, and then there's the water also. So what process, since your dad invented in '89, are we on as far as, like if it was a Sega Genesis and we're now on PlayStation 4, how far along are we in those 20, 30, 20 years or whatever? Like, would you say, like, because you've had to, as technology, is technology right there where...
I would say for one, the heat presses, we make it extremely easy for anyone to use it. Where now we have a little...
Except Paul?
Except for Paul the one time.
I can do it.
Paul, why do I say that? Because this is for time for people to understand that I just don't make stuff up. Will you please explain to my first visit to Stahls? And this isn't Stahls in St. Clair Shores. This is nobody there. Don't worry about it. Stay back. Joe, get everybody down. It's not a big deal. All right? No, it's over at the other place.
Darren, you're gonna ruin my street cred now.
That's the idea, bro. I just call it like it is. That's what happens on grind time. You are putting it out there. You walk in here and you're just, you know what?
I wanted to make you a special shirt and.
But what happened? I just want to know what happened. What happened was.
I put the transfer on incorrectly for you.
Okay, now, what was the mistake? Why was it incorrect? Because it was upside down, or you skipped a process?
Yeah, I skipped
Were
the
you
process.
nervous?
You know what? Yeah, you stepped into the office there, and I'm nervous. I want to.
Okay, that's it. But now what I'm saying is that when I come back in and there's something and you're the only one that can press this thing, I can have confidence of you now, right?
Trust me, Darren.
I got you, bro. Okay. See, we're there and again.
Yes.
See, I love how it is. I make Perry do this all the time.
Wasn't your saying never make the same mistake twice?
That's it. Bro, Dan, you listen to the program. Knowledge is power too. You're like, I love the fact that what you said. And I think what people is, they get to the fact here is that it's, I'm building relationships, maybe stronger relationships than it had before, but it's just getting around the people that you want to be around. And, when I'm talking to Dan, and so everybody knows if they can't see right now, but like I said, a lot of our swag between Stahls helping us out, and then at the Grand Rapids, the mitten state for different things, but it's the appreciate, one of the things he says to me in the text yesterday is, I thanks for coming and stuff, and I would like to show our people how much we appreciate them. And right there is,
it's a great culture.
Said it all. Whereas, it's just one of those things that, hey, we can't change everybody else. We just have to try to lead by example, and and have fun doing it. Because you guys definitely have fun. People there, they did. I don't know if you guys know, but you got to punch out all these numbers. And you got this exact. I couldn't work there because they got too many X-Acto knives around. I mean, there's just blades all over the place, and then peeling this and rip that.
Scared
but
the hell out of
it's
me walking
mundane.
by all those women.
And for anybody out there who embraces the suck of mundane to get where they need, that's what grind time. That's what grind time's all about. It's easy when things are easy. It's when you got to punch in every day and you find out and you make it a place where you're doing something monotonously that you don't like, but you look forward to going because of the atmosphere and the people that are there. That's a testament. And that's what.
That's
tribute
one of
guys.
the biggest things is, our culture and our people, where
Exactly.
people can have the best equipment, the best processes. But at Stahls, we care about our people and we treat them as family, where our culture is pretty much, a family valued culture.
See, you'll love this. And I think this is just so as we're talking, because in my studio, I hung up and these guys are like banners or jerseys of the guys that I would put in the rafters. You'll see. So there's a Bruise Brother one with Proby and Joey, and then there's an Aussie one, and then there's me, Maltz, and And what's the other guy? Draper. He got in by
I love
default,
it.
bro.
Yes, yeah.
He got in. No, I'm just kidding. No, but so I'll be really excited, to unveil all that, but just to be able to have the opportunity to fulfill stuff, because like I told you too, is like that's exactly like I saw it. It's exactly like I saw it when we talked about it.
When I walked in that room after you guys hung those jerseys up, and hopefully next week, everybody will get to see how it looks. And you saw the video there's a video on the Facebook on Grind Time with Darren Mccarty on Facebook. He did a video. You can see the look, but I walked in there and I was speechless, dude. I mean, I was speechless. Like that, you guys nailed it. I can't wait now to just do our show in there. Like, I mean,
I text Drapes and Joey and Maltz and Ozzy and of course Drapes would be the first one to text back, and he said, "Wow,
yeah,
awesome." So,
yeah.
So
wow.
So I think I want to like on that point, right?
Yeah.
About like this is a Grind Time podcast, and Danny's family, right? They have grinded since 1932, right? Like Danny said, this started in a garage.
Wow.
It started by cutting letters and numbers for the baseball players because people wanted to root for their favorite player.
Yeah.
And they have grown it, right? Through grinding, right? The heat press that Danny was talking about, like that is a true original. Like,
yeah.
No one can compete with that. And Danny right here, he's the guy who protects the patents around that. You know what I mean? Like, so they own that world. And Ted, when Ted did it, they thought Ted was crazy in the industry because what, you're going to put a sensor on top? You're going to burn my facility down. What are you doing? So everybody in the industry was laughing like, oh, he's going to burn your business down.
They called him the internal optimist.
Right. But
Yeah.
what
so-
do you get to show? Because I think that really plays out with, like you said, you witnessed him just appease me with letting me feel like I'm heard or I have an idea. And it's like, yeah, that's a good idea. How about this one? I'm like, your idea is better. And it's not because it's about the name on the back, not who the person is. And that's the feel that you got. So if you're looking for that feel, like you said, but as I look into history too, your dad's just so much like so many people that, have made
everybody
a change,
pushes
have
back,
made
right,
real change in the world.
Yeah.
They've all been taught crazy. So I think I might be able to be moving towards that list. I've been called crazy many times.
And the grind is, I guess, they went through like hundreds of prototypes of this before it worked.
Oh, I can imagine.
How'd you know it? How does he know it? It's the one. Like, were you so close? Did you think?
Well, when it's swinging and it goes into the drywall and knocks a chunk out, it gets it.
I know, but you got to be. Did it go like 99? Did it just keep ascending, or was there like? Was it like this and all of a sudden you got it, or were you right there when you got it, like 95, 96?
What I heard, I wasn't there. We weren't there, but it was a very slow process, and they started from nothing, like legit didn't copy anything, started from scratch. And they built the first one, sent it out, and people would test. Our customers were testing and sending it back, and they would fix those. And through time, it became like it is today, the number one selling heat press in the world, and it has been, and there's nothing close to it.
Now, when you say that, like, how many units are we talking? Like, what like at a heat press that you sell like that? Like, I'm not looking for a specific number, but like how, like hundreds of millions, or
how many Hotronics do we have deployed worldwide right now, roughly? Do we know?
Oh, Ben would know the answer. Several hundred thousand.
So
several hundred thousand. I'm just trying to get.
We do have a video that can kind of explain it for you.
The Hotronics one.
The Hotronics one, yeah.
Dig
we
it.
could,
Okay.
We could touch on that real quick. But basically, they're shipping out a giant semi truck full of heat presses every day, if not two.
They're all made in the U.S.
So this is Stahls' video talking about the Hotronics, and I'll pull it over so you can talk us through it, Scott. Looks like the facility there. They do a flyover.
Which facility is that?
So the one in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this is in Pennsylvania. We get the steel in ourselves, and we assemble it from start to finish. Every part is made in the United States in this facility here.
Wow.
Well, they're showing cutting how all the machines
cutting out of the steel.
Yeah,
cut the steel rods. Then we have the welders welding this together. We also have robotic welders too.
So assembly happens in Pennsylvania. Is that what you said, Dan?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All in this one facility.
What city?
Carmichael's.
Carmichael's. Okay.
Carmichael's, PA.
Okay.
It's about.
They know a little bit about steel in Pennsylvania.
A little bit.
That's incredible.
So by hand. Everything
that goes
assembled
in
by
it,
hand.
We're looking at wiring. We're looking at
handmade American.
And that's the facility right there, and that's where it's shipping out. All those black ones are going to Australia.
How long does it take to make one? Is it like a car?
Yeah, well, no, it's faster than a car. They can make one in in 1 day. You can make it in a day.
So I mean, you're shipping.
There it goes, shipping out to the people. And this is guys, these machines, Hotronics, if I'm following this right, this is the center of a bunch of people's business. So you guys are driving American small business.
Correct.
So mom and pop shops, they want to open up. Their family was involved in local sports, and they find a need in their market to produce lettering and jerseys and various merchandise for things, and they come across you probably through different avenues, right? Business to business marketing, and they find out about the Hotronics machine.
I mean, we're known for our customer service, and one of the best things we did is a lot of our customers, they might start off and it's just a part-time job. They're working, after 5 o'clock. They're working on weekends.
It's their hustle.
Where we have our Blue Care
side hustle,
our Blue Care ribbon support, where people literally 365 days a year can call up and talk to a live person, if they have any type of issue. And most of the times it's the cord came unplugged from the back. They have a question about the pressure.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So Hotronics is basically, that's the centerpiece around our business too.
Okay.
Like we were talking about, it started in 1932, but Danny's family has grown it to like a multinational company.
Wow.
We have heat presses, right? We sell vinyl and rolls. We sell the letters and numbers. We sell screen printed transfers, like we were talking about earlier too.
Yes.
The screen printed transfers, so you don't have to do 75 shirts at a time. You can do 20 shirts custom, which actually works for what you guys are trying to do in your brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to bring this full circle, right?
Yeah.
Danny's family for years has been making you guys feel the way you felt today when you saw that in there.
Yeah.
You're making the customer happy.
Yeah.
Stahls helps you win. Anything.
Well, you guys are operating
from big leagues, and it's from any
from
league.
the little league to the big leagues.
From any league.
You are operating
and without a league.
Yeah, you're operating at a Disney level. You're giving people a Disney feeling. I mean, that feeling of me walking in there after those were hung up, that's Disney level shit.
And I'll tell you this, right?
Like good, yes.
Yeah.
For me, that it means so much, because when I see that's exactly like, not against any of the other guys. Like I was trying to, you might wonder where it's Homer's, and I couldn't get the reindeer it wouldn't stay still to get the jersey on it. So we're still working on it, because it's something special for Homer in there. And but it's true. Homer, like I gotta have something even better. So I'm thinking about, I didn't leave Homer out. All you 3 Homer fans out there. No, we're all Homer fans.
Oh, Homer was, yes.
No, he's the man.
Thomas Holmstrom, number 9.
So to hear these guys talk about it, because it means, and when everybody walks into that, they're gonna have the same, but it's gonna mean something else. Me, selfish, I just get a point over, and so everybody knows. So that's 1 finger, not 4, when I'm pointing to the cups on the wall. So,
but that's there because of you too, Darren, right? Like
no, I understand, but it's the share. It's the what it means. Yeah, it means that to me, but okay, yeah, I'm good. What's it mean to everybody else? That's.
But because of you, you can share that, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm.
Yes, because you guys made those comfortable jerseys too. It's awesome.
It's the goat coat though.
So what's the most fun? What's the part of your jobs and what you're responsible for that you enjoy the most, or what is the embrace the suck part? Which is the suck part of what you do?
I can tell you probably my favorite part, which I even tell them is, the first day the employees come in, we have a 2-day orientation, and I get to have lunch with them, and explaining our culture and our values. Seeing these people as they're pretty much brand new is certainly the best part of.
Well, I think that seeing that wait, what, you care? Wait, hold on. What, wait, hold on. This is different. I mean, because as many businesses and different things that I would walk into, there's a different atmosphere, and it's like the one I'm trying to create here. Like you said, does it make sense that from the grinding Stahls family, and that's last name, to everyone that works there, to the Red Wing Nation, right? We're all, sort of everybody realized that, we've got a bit of each of it in us, so why wouldn't it work?
Right.
And it's just a facilitation of, it makes sense. How about you, Scott?
So I'm a lucky guy. We just got back from the NFL Combine. So last year I was able to work at the NFL Draft. So for those that don't know, we do the So for those that don't, we do.
This is dope.
The names in real time for the first round of the NFL Draft.
Wow.
And so that takes 2 of our facilities to do that, and a couple of us go, and in real time we hear the general managers like call in the picks from the teams to the commissioner, and we've had a couple minutes in the past, but we only had 70 seconds this year. Cool. So it's kind of tight, and we do 2 jerseys, one for the fan and the one that Roger Goodell gives to the player, and it's truly it's an unbelievable experience, but very
intense.
Very high intensity.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And
kind of like starting a podcast with Facebook being under attack, something like that.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Well,
I'm asking him.
Handling it really well. That's why you're the sensei. That's why
we
you're
bonded
in the right
over
chair.
that. Yeah, that's how it feels.
Okay.
But with our materials, and it works. So what we do is we cut everybody who's going to be there. So it's only those in attendance. We cut their name in every single font type for the jerseys.
Of all the teams. Every possible player
that's
team.
there, and every
Dang.
team. So I was going through, and I had to sort through that. So how would you sort through that? Like,
you start with a spreadsheet.
Well, right, but we don't have that. So you got to lay it out and organize.
Yo,
I did it
bro,
alphabetically in picks.
Are you Barrett? Wait. Oh,
exactly.
Barrett.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, what happens? What if they announce a pick, and you're printing his name, and all of a sudden they go, and that pick has just been traded.
So we get it, like I said, we get it live from the GM to the commissioner. At like that pick is in. When they say the pick is in, we've heard it to the commissioner. It's written down. So when they do make trades, we're aware. So we have our NFL client is like piped in to Goodell's connection. So he's telling us what's going on. I mean, I think the craziest thing that happened was this year, Green Bay, we didn't get a pick. So like the commissioner knew the pick, we didn't get the pick, and so we're like
So what do you do in that?
So we had a runner. We had a guy that just ran to the commissioner's tent and came back and told us, and we still had a couple seconds, but the commissioner was like, "This one's hot. What happened?" So but it's pretty. It's quite a spectacle, and we have a little video here that kind of can break it down a little bit, which we can talk through.
Yeah. This is a video you guys made of actually taking care of the draft, right?
Yeah. Cool. This is us at the draft. This is our 8th year doing it.
Showcase their skills in a classic showdown between East and West. And there really are some.
Where was this at? Where did this take place? Was it New York?
This one was in Texas. It was at AT&T Stadium.
Okay.
At the Dallas, Texas.
Operational execution
From the East.
They're providing the folks who operate the machine.
East and West Coast Bowl. I love it.
Actually apply the name font onto the jerseys, onto the Nike jerseys.
So this is our contact from Nike, Kelly. Fantastic guy, and really, really knows his stuff.
The player their jersey. With
What's
their
that
name
mean? He
on it,
knows his stuff.
So he's the guy. He helps design the prototypes, the new jerseys. So they know all the materials and everything.
Okay.
So it's kind of like his knowledge of materials and design, all that to me as a creative director is
it's a
really
guru.
awesome.
It's sort of like it's sort of like me bumping into Hall of Fame guy or guy that played before me that you respect, or in the weed business, like somebody who grows differently or how a different strain. That in the cannabis community, especially here in Michigan, what I love about it is the openness, and like we're doing here is to share, the education and the opportunity, but a better way to do things. I mean, all my knowledge is through other people. It's like what I take in, and then it's, so it's just like anything else. It makes sense. So that's what gets you motivated, because there is this different material. And for me, seeing it today and walking through as you were telling me, but having all those rolls and rolls of different,
Crazy.
like, do you know how many different, for me to ask you how many different materials there are that you could
I know
put
the
on?
place that
Do
you'll
I
be
go
at.
to the, I go to the business and productivity
There's quite a
specialist?
few different rolls there, different finishes, specialty fabrics. We've got it all covered there for the fashion market and for the sports
How
market.
often does that change?
You got to
I mean,
be
how much is a new one
you got to be on the cutting edge of that. We try to stay ahead of the game on that because we're the leaders in the industry.
right,
So
but I mean, like, is there a new material that's popping up, or is there like something?
A lot of it's
Yeah.
based on our customers where they have a problem with some one type of material. The fact that we're vertically integrated, we manufacture pretty much everything we sell.
So that just gives you the top. So, what's the problem here? Oh, let me do the. Hey, let's try this, and that's where the communication.
yes, like performance fabric, it's a really tough material to apply onto. So we have specific materials that were formulated for that. So you can put it at a lower temperature and you don't leave the scorch marks because it's usually like a lighter weight fabric that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so you got to treat the heat has to be different for those new performance materials than a cotton regular Gildan t-shirt,
Right.
which can withstand a little bit more heat on contact. Okay,
Exactly.
I got you.
Here's a question: what doesn't the normal person out there understand about the T-shirt that they wear that they bought? Whether it's a Red Wing shirt that they bought at the store or a jersey, that's what's the difference if they get one like Stahls, right? Because you do it, then how would they notice? How do they, other than the name?
Well, you'll notice, literally you can't pass a soccer field or a hockey rink without seeing, a Stahls material on a jersey. You'll notice sometimes kids, their numbers are falling off.
That's
Not
not
Stahls.
Stahls.
No. Now the slogans.
That's not Stahls.
I would
There's a commercial
I would give a
proving that's not
ballpark and
Stahls,
say
yeah.
90% of the customized pieces you see is done by Stahls.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So this is a big thing. Like we're talking
No,
about,
this
we're
is
talking about shirts and but this is kids skating. This is pros, like you said, little league to big leagues, right?
Right.
So this thing that your family perfected was a roll of the dice. Like these people had kiosks in malls doing heat transfer shit, and a week later the shit would be curling up and crackling in the laundry. Like this was everybody's like, this is a game changer, but it was a hard sell because you saw all these lower level operators not doing a very good job of it. And it's not easy. It's not easy to get a material to then adhere to another material and have longevity, to launder well, to
Right.
wear well.
But
One
was
of
that
the biggest things is, people, several years ago were used to vinyl. It's if you want a brick on your shirt, then go ahead and use vinyl.
Right.
We created thermofilm, which was a new thin material. And literally, my dad, went up and down to, every store saying, "Here, try this. Oh, that's too thin. That'll fall off." Well, no, it won't. Here, take this, heat apply it, wash it, and I'll be back in a week.
I'm
Yeah.
just interested. Was it more of a eureka striking oil when?
Well, it was a
like, when you
problem. It
figured
was
it
a
out,
huge
or was
problem.
it more like Oak Island? Where it's just a constant, a couple steps forward, few back, try this, and I'm assuming they're gonna find.
I don't know. Your
some-
dad must have had a passion for making this work. He must have saw how.
I mean, why? Like, yeah. How?
I mean, when you need to eat,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I get it, but at a point it becomes because isn't it something like Tim? Does it sound to you like it's something that?
if you're passionate and believe in it.
No, absolutely, because he'd be more mad at what other people. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and the more that he's like I talk about here, you're gonna have people that are gonna tell you why you can, and they're gonna have to tell you why you can't. And I like your dad. Your dad and I get along because he's like me. You like shoving people's fucking fists up their own ass.
Yeah, it's like thermal film is one of our best materials we've had for a long time. It's actually the number one athletic material in the world.
And still our number one seller.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and it was true. We had to fight that. Everybody's like, oh, it's probably like a transfer in the mall, the Farrah Fawcett transfer that fell off my shirt back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had to combat that, and the products that we sell do that, and it gives our customer confidence.
I think having your work skating around hundreds of ice rinks and diamonds and pitches all over the world, like that kind of says, hey, we got it figured out, I think, right? And
I mean, we're known, one, we have a great product, but our customer service is absolutely phenomenal where people buy something from one of our competitors call the competitor, they hang up on them. They call our customer service, and we're not going to hang up on them. We'll do the best they can, to figure out what the problem is.
Yeah. Scott,
That's
take
huge.
us through this, man. So you guys, like you said, this last one was in Dallas, right? And do you partner with one of your customers to get the gear there, or do
So-
you guys ship the gear down?
So we work with Nike and we work with the NFL. That's why
Okay.
it's a perfect marriage.
No, but
for
I
us.
mean your gear. Actually,
So
how do you get
we
it to the
ship it.
AT&T? Okay.
we ship it down there. So what happens is we know maybe a week and a half before
Yeah.
who's going to be there. So we have a week to cut out all of these names.
Yep.
And all the font types.
Now, how long would it take to cut out all those names?
So the lasers and water jets you saw, that's
Yeah.
what they're using. So it doesn't take like that long to cut it, but we have to weed it because it's 2 layers. As you see, like 2 colors, and each jersey. Now that Nike's kind of getting crazy with stuff, like they have more and more layers
Oh yeah.
of texture and twill. So it can take a while to pull those out and customize them.
So the Thursday night jerseys good or bad? The Thursday night uniforms that go all one color or whatever the
the color,
is the color rush. Is
color
that
rush is sweet.
Is that easier? Would it be easier to do that or?
Your single colors are usually
So if it's a single color, right?
Right,
So
but sometimes when they're off shade, whatever,
correct,
like this,
right?
and
So
I
so
get
off
it.
shades and then.
But at the
font
draft,
types.
they're using the home jersey.
Home
right?
jersey, yep.
Yeah.
Use a home jersey,
Yeah.
and then they use the new jersey though. So the home or away, whatever's new,
Oh.
they'll use the new one. Like the Tennessee Titans
Ah.
last year had a new jersey. They used the away because it was the new. So
Oh, okay.
so they want to show that.
Okay.
Showcase that.
Okay.
But you're walking in there. They give you a week and a half, and going in there, you're pretty much.
So
like,
we
how many
ship our
years have you
names
been doing
down
it?
there. This is our 8th year doing it. Knock on wood. There's been no issues. But we ship the names down. So we get the names down. We ship our Hottronics heat presses down there.
Okay.
They call them the Dream Steamer because it makes dreams come true.
Dude,
Oh,
And,
I like it.
do you have that trademark?
Dream Steamer.
you got a trademark Dream Steamer.
So
Well, we just did. We just used it, right? So
right. So we do a lot of the in arena stuff for the
That's not
for the
a Dream
NFL.
Steamer in
And then
my
for
mind.
Nike, we do a lot of their locker stock for Nike. So we have like the jerseys and stuff in stock for us. So Nike gets the jerseys there, we get the names there, and then we test them out, and then we are good to go. And we do some stuff for ESPN and NFL Network to show people want to see the customization.
yeah, so they check in on you. These are the guys getting the jerseys ready. They
Yeah,
do
so
some of
there's
that.
a shot in here
That's awesome.
of us because
Okay, let's keep rolling. Yeah.
to see it. But
There we
but this is
To both Nike and
Yeah,
Stahls.
we put the number 1s on the jerseys as well, so we customize that.
Always a wildly
And this is the
popular
director of
spectacle.
NFL for the draft here. So that's what I mean when they pull the
Yeah,
stuff
that's the
out.
exact
They're
night
weeding.
that
I know, right?
Dude, like, oh,
Look at that
wow.
Lions helmet, dude. What the? Wait a second.
They had all the helmets.
glitter? With this-
No, they had them
Oh.
diamond encrusted helmets in there with the Super
Hang
Bowl
on.
ring.
Look at that helmet.
They didn't have a Super Bowl ring with the Lions.
What the
No,
heck?
no.
I was going to say.
So
Yeah.
it was the area of where the Hall of Fame and the Super Bowl rings
okay.
were. So
That
they did
is
all of the
toy.
helmets and yeah.
That's
and-
so it's showing I have
See,
the
that's-
Lions helmet in this case with diamond and blue diamond. I mean, it's like
It's a
the
diamond
helmet, but
encrusted-
it looks like it's just blinging out. In fact, you can see the lights blinging off.
That's the kind of shit that fills your Kool-Aid glass up right there. That gets you. I had a little jolt, man. I feel like my Kool-Aid glass got a little bit more full, you know?
Well, that was like walking into the new studio and seeing the posters.
Yeah. All right,
Nah,
let's
not
keep this
quite.
video going.
Not quite. Not quite. Not quite.
Not quite. No, not quite as good as that. Hang on a second. Cut. Let's get back to this video here. Cut to that. Wow, I'm sorry, guys.
So no,
You're good.
no.
Yeah.
So
So out of the 8 years and being there and stuff like that, have you noticed that this is easier so you can cut down on time for this? Have you made any adjustments?
every year there seems to be something in the process. Last year we had we were sent some of the wrong fonts for the new jerseys, like the Tennessee Titans. They sent us last year's font when they updated the font, so we have to then recut it and ship it down to wherever we're at. So there is a little back and forth. This is Brent Kisha. He started it. He is a director of decorating technology. He works with Nike and a lot of our commercial customers. See, that's the Tennessee Titans jersey. Right. So we
There
put
it is.
there's how the names come. They come in these packs,
Okay. So it was all in packs, like.
and so then you have to pull it. So that's that's our NFL contact right there.
That's your little area right
Yep,
there, right?
that's it. So that's where the fans come in.
Who's the guy with the beard?
I'm not sure.
Questions. That's not you, Scott. Scott, right down
questions.
there in the front.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
running the show. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's nervous.
So once this starts, you're just on, dude.
on.
Until this, you're like you don't stop. There's
Nope.
no break. It's
No.
like, yeah.
You see the close time, so now you're just waiting what ain't.
No, so now we're getting out. Once that jersey leaves, I'm getting out the next names. I'm ready to go because if there's a trade, I got.
So this is the Saquon Barkley pick
That
for
was, yeah.
the Giants, right?
Yep.
And here's the jersey. Roger Boom Boom Goodell already has it in hands, hot off the Hotronic Stahls press. Look at that. And he hands it to him.
Oh, that looks crisp.
Ah, God darn, dude.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I'm glad I got some stall stuff.
And then I bet it really gets complicated when you have to start dealing with names like this. I mean, this just takes it to another level, right?
Oh, annual East-West Bowl.
Williams, University of Georgia. C.J. Jackson.
Those are
Wayne
easy
State
names.
University. Javarius Smith-King.
Uh-oh.
Mary Mccarty.
You got to start cutting those out of
Royal Smoochie Wallace. University of Miami. Desquarius Green Jr.
Now that's a hard one.
that is
Notre
that's
Dame.
tough. That'd be tough.
Ibrahim Moises. University of Tennessee at Chattanooga.
Ibrahim Moises, that's got to be a hard name to cut
Jack
out.
Marius and Tack
University.
Tricks.
The Isaiah T. Billings Clyde. Coastal Carolina University.
The
Jasper Provencrux III. South Carolina State University.
Some of these names might just not fit, right?
Maxwell Jr. East Carolina University. Javaris and Lamar.
Like that's not going to fit.
No,
That's not
that'd be
going to
tough.
fit.
They'd be really tiny.
Wayne Shower. University of Southern Mississippi. Kingle McCringleberry. Kent State University. Le Carpetron.
With McCringleberry, you got to make a smaller C. Like with McCarty, that probably has, a higher level.
Well, now that we have lasers
University
doing
of
it,
South
it can be a little bit easier. But
Miss Jackson.
Great.
Waxon.
Yeah. So you got to roll with names like that sometimes, man. You got to be ready.
sometimes- I mean, it's the thing. We can customize anything.
Is there ever been like a name or whatever like you come across that just
Danny sees it more. So Danny, as the legal side of this, he gets the more
It's all-
questionable names
For the
and
custom
logos.
logos, people can upload, their custom logo, and there's, some, we ask for authorization for,
Right.
whether they're doing it for a commercial client. But then there's some that, are hand sketches that, we don't print just due to the inappropriate nature.
Right. No, why would you? I mean, there's places for that stuff or whatever. But I'm just wondering, put a name. Has there ever been a name like not a rude, but like a long? Ever had to put like or have like Tim has said, like is that where we got to call somebody in here to see how do we want to put these 15
Yeah.
Saltalamakia or something like what I always wondered from a Jersey perspective.
Yes.
Like, do you just like motherfucker? They just traded for that Saltalamakia and fucking that means like the poor person that does a stitch in or is like god damn, gotta work overtime, shit like that.
Feel sorry for that person having to line up that name.
Yeah, like
Yes.
dude,
Well, he
like,
can't do
you
Mccarty.
need spell check. How many times somebody'd have to walk behind Perry just checking the spelling?
My favorite story is because we do NHL player name and number kits. We're an NHL licensee. So back.
So
in the
that
day-
means that if that explain that to the listeners because if they want what a jersey kit is what?
So a player name and number jersey kit. So they would go to their local sporting goods store and get a blank Red Wings jersey, and they said, I want McCarty 25 on that jersey. That store then would call Stahls, and we produce that name and number, send it to the store, and they would put it on the jersey.
Cool.
Now, we also do it for
with
the
their
teams.
Hotronics machine that they have in their store.
Yes.
Got it.
We also do the arenas too. So when people want a jersey on demand, they have the letters there and the numbers. They put it right on the jersey. Use the heat press.
Hotronics. Yeah, man, that is so good.
Dream Steamer. I don't know if you
Dream
heard about it.
Steamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. We're a licensee for all four.
Yeah. And now the grind time with Darren
Not
McCarty.
the grind time. But a customer ordered a Mario Lemieux kit, and they called us and said, you sent us 9s instead of 6s.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, man.
I didn't want Gretzky. I wanted
There's a Lemieux fan for you.
Do we have to ding the bell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was Eddie, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's wow. That's crazy.
amazing. That's
And then
quite an
Paul said,
operation.
"Oh my gosh, they did."
Yeah, right, exactly. And then they had to wrap the chain, and finally, Dan, you had to put them in their place. and
I'm
just-
never going to live this down, am I?
No, that's all right. So you just came back, Scott. You were down there at the combine.
So that was last year, the draft, and we're gonna do that again this year. And I just was down at the combine watching these kids basically put their life on the line and grind down there. You know, I was calling it the SATs of the NFL. I mean, it was quiet, but these kids were so focused.
That I don't even know where to go with that, but
it was their testing. All the tests.
For you to say SATs means that you bought it off somewhere now, or
that's true.
I mean, yeah. See, that takes it on a different tone now.
Oh, good one,
right.
back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because some of us stay up with the news about
current events.
rich
I like
people
that.
paying off for.
So how was the combine, Scott?
Anyways, how was the combine?
Well, Paul wanted me to tell you it's called the Underwear Olympics. Is what they're calling it. So.
Okay.
But it was good. It was crazy to watch some of these guys do the things that they do. I mean, you saw the DK Metcalf. I mean, that's insane. So we were kind of in the background. We were doing the letters and numbers on the Under Armour pieces. So Under Armour has the contract with the NFL for the combine. And so what they do is they guess on the sizes for all these guys. But when they come in, right, the D-line, O-line guys are going to cut weight, so they're going to change size, and the smaller guys are going to bulk up. So we're there customizing those.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Now, did you have to change Kyler Murray's jersey because was he bulked up? Did you have him at a boys large and you had to give him a men's medium, or
I wasn't there for that. That's a good question. That's a great question. I can hold on. I will give you an answer for that though. I can find out tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Those are the questions that we can find here at Grind Time with Darren Mccarty.
You can ask questions, just can't answer them.
Well, no, but he's got questions. No, I gave him questions to go ask. See, that's how it worked out. Like I gave Mike. Mike Walters earlier from the Detroit Cast. You know, Mike and Jay and Eric. Sunday to Thursday, DetroitCast.com. Anyways, I gave Mike a Grind Time jersey, so he quit freaking whining and stuff like that. But that's stuff that he does.
So this is your work right here, Scott?
So that's an 8 wide receiver right there.
That's
Yeah,
a sick 8 right there.
Wow,
man. Look at how centered that is.
How do you do those 8s, man? The way you do those 8s, Scott. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
You're the Miles Davis of 8s.
Look at this 9er.
Paul,
wow.
Upside down.
Look at how.
Is that 8 upside down?
Hey, yeah, that's an upside down 6, you guys. That's going to be a problem.
You thought the guy was going to run on his head. They said he got to run out of his shoes.
So who started calling it the Pajama Olympics? That's pretty funny.
Underwear Olympics. I don't know.
Underwear Olympics. Yeah, dude, because once they got
the
the Under Armour contract for the combine, it definitely turned into the Underwear Olympics.
So this is Under Armour's last year actually doing.
Really?
It. Yeah. So I don't know who's going to do it next year.
Did they just not like the flashiness of the?
No, they just had a contract I think for 3 years.
Okay.
Contract. I don't know that they're renewing, but yeah, that was.
How did you feel about the Under Armour era of combine outfits?
It's Underwear Olympics. I don't know. It's a little tight.
Wait, no, but how is the material? How is Under Armour material compared to Nike material?
They use.
What is from your standpoint? I mean, not that you have a dog in the. I mean, maybe you do, and maybe it's got to be Nike because of your affiliation with this. But I mean, what is the ones that you enjoy? You know, I use Warrior Stick. I liked it. You know, I didn't like CCM. Sorry.
Yeah. So with all of like Nike and Under Armour, all of and Adidas, the new materials they're using are so stretchy that they can't screen print on the stuff. So our materials work better. We in the company have come up with new materials that are flexible for these nylons.
So Stahls, along with the Hottronics, has not only created the press, has created the material that uses the press to give it that. That's
correct.
Why that's the biggest difference.
They're keeping
it makes it sort of pop.
Yeah, because textiles is a huge thing now.
Think about all the
Advanced
yoga
materials.
pants now everybody's wearing, and they're all in different materials. Lululemon, Bella Canvas, all
Duluth
these
Trading.
things.
Hello.
Duluth.
Oh my God, dude! And they have and they all feel like a superhero suit material. You know, they've got these little divots to draw the sweat away from your body and stuff.
Man, it like stops bears from attacking.
Yeah, stops bears from attacking. So you guys got to keep up with those textiles and have stuff that adheres to it, up to your standards of quality. Yeah. That's a moving target.
Yep. And it doesn't stop.
God bless you. Yeah.
What's the hardest thing in your bit? Because now that like before, the hardest thing, if I asked your dad, it would be creating this thing or sticking to the patent and, like you said, putting food on the table. Now that you've gotten it going and stuff, what are the problems you run into? Because you got hundreds of thousands over and, we see all the good, but what are the things, you run into each and you at the top?
I would say we do so many different things and are in so many different markets where the small companies pop up and they're eager. We call ourselves the 800-pound gorilla in the market, where they're a little tee or a flick, and next thing you know, you get enough tees and flicks on you. It won't be so great.
So yeah, like Dan says, we're a moving target. Everyone's trying to compete with us, and I think to what you were saying, Tim, the fabrics that are coming out, right? The new fabrics, that's I think really where everything is changing. Trying to have vinyls or materials adhere to those fabrics. That's what I think has been the biggest, a challenge that we are succeeding in, but it's something we have to stay ahead of.
Yeah, but you're aware. I preach self-awareness and hard work, and I see in spades with your company from not only you guys, but everybody through and through there. And like that the care. Here, answer the question before I go there, Paul. What's the toughest that you find for and what you do with the company?
Well, I think we're always finding we need to find solutions for our customers. They're always looking to us as being the one that can help them out, and we follow through on that. We do. We have great customer service, and I think that in the changing market and materials, it's you got to stay up on that.
And is the Hotronics machines able to solve these evolving problems?
Yes. So it's your main ingredient.
Okay.
Once you have that heat press, Hotronics, you can do anything.
And then you guys can manipulate the material, the adhesive. You guys can react and pivot to what the materials are that are becoming popular, what they're using for jerseys and uniforms.
Correct.
But that same machine can solve that problem.
Yeah, any of the materials we come out with, we can tell them exactly what time and temperature and pressure to heat apply it at. Where if someone, is using some other material for our Hotronics machines, we can't tell them what those ingredients
Is that a lot of the issues you have? People just doing it the wrong way?
Yeah.
And it's, trying to educate our customers where the more successful they are, the more successful we are. And just, giving them, whether it's videos about our products or videos of new markets, new trends, how to solve the customer's problems.
Yeah.
So, and with that, two innovations that we've come out with to stay ahead of the curve with Hotronics, to answer your question too, is it's called the Fusion IQ. So we put a controller, an even smarter controller in the Hotronics heat presses now that connects to Wi-Fi. And at a push of a button, will give you the time, temperature, and pressure of that material that we provide. So we have different names. You pick the name. Oh, sport film light. Boom.
Custom printing for Perry.
It's kind of like
I love
with
it.
the dreams, Perry, the dream steamer, custom printing.
Nice.
There you go. He's got everything he wants.
Yeah, it's kind of like your microwave. Well, you just press popcorn button.
Yeah.
Well, if someone's using your heat press,
Bro,
you
I
can just
never
press
realized
thermal
that till a few years
There
ago.
was a popcorn button?
Yeah, I never trusted it.
Dude, you're just like me, man. I'm the same.
That's a good question. I wonder how many
Fuck
people.
you. I can't trust you.
No, I don't trust you.
I don't trust you, you fucking button.
Yeah, government motherfucker.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm not trusting a button with my popcorn.
Stopping there today, to come up and watch Darren sign, and then taking a tour of the facilities was incredible.
What did you like, Perry?
And what I saw, what impressed me is the first thing, Mac, when you were doing the signing, all the people were in line waiting, and just the smiles. So I can tell just the way the family atmosphere you created, because you just saw the smiles from all these workers. And it wasn't just getting Darren's autograph that took them to the top, but you can tell they enjoyed and appreciated being there. And then when we walked through the facilities as they were all working, you could just get that vibe. And I see why your company's so successful, being innovators, customer service, clients. I mean, and you gentlemen, all of you gentlemen, just the and we're doing what you're doing for us.
Well, I think that, what it goes to show, is that there are people out there that care. I don't care what do I always say is that, I don't, what they show me on TV or the internet or whatever the hell they're trying to blow up Facebook, whatever the hell on that stuff, I got to see for myself. I'm seeing's believing, looking people in the eyes, getting building relationships. So I'm going to go out there and, like I always say, I'm not here to argue anymore. I'm not going to argue with you. But I will answer, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Or how can we get in a win-win? It's life's tough enough. We've all been through sort of war, for lack of a better word, of attrition. now how do we make people happy? And how do you make people happy is you give them a great product and you care. That's all that's everything I've heard today from Stahls and Ben and whatever. It was, what do I think? It's what puts me on. What do I always preach?
It looks like beautiful facility, and I could see how the people are happy and everything. Now, where's the real facility where people are chained to their machines, and are there sweatshops?
I'm going tomorrow. I'm like the UN, bro.
Where's the real where you actually make some money?
Look at our competitors.
I'm like the UN. I'm investing. I'm like the UN. I'm investigating all these Stahls properties.
You're looking for WMDs.
Well, I'm
Mac
just looking.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for to make sure that they got John 13:34, right? Because that's I tell everybody I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, and this is the one that I picked out, okay. And it's a now commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love another. Which, to me, be nice. And that's what Stahls is. Stahls is nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Darren, that's what our employees say about you, actually.
That's good.
They welcome you. You're still a fan favorite, but everybody enjoys your personality. They say you're so approachable and down to earth, man.
That's
awesome.
Cool. That's
awesome,
good.
Dude.
That's what, hopefully that's what we're trying to do here on Grind Time.
What are you looking for there, Mac? You got something you're digging for?
Yeah, because I got it. Couple announcements. Obviously, Russian 5, I announced earlier. It's Dave St. Ange. Congratulations. Get a hold of us. Yep. We'll see you on next Wednesday.
At Sperry's Movie House in Port Huron.
Yeah, and then Friday is the red carpet in Royal Oak.
Yep.
For the Russian 5 movie. What?
A week from Friday.
A week from Friday. After the 20th. Yeah. I'll actually be next week on Tuesday and Thursday morning on Fox News in the morning.
Cool.
Promoting for the comedy tour this week. I will be Onstead at the Stagecoach Center.
Yep.
Onstead is Saturday night. Look forward to seeing everybody there. And then coming up nationally, you might post this on the Facebook. The Grind Time is with the Strand Theater in Pontiac, which I don't know if you've ever been to the Strand Theater, but it's like a mini Fillmore.
Yes.
But it's really cool. So they're bringing some comedy acts in, and I'm hosting a couple events the 23rd and April 4th at the Strand Theater. I know Tom Cotter's there one night. There's a couple America's Got Talent people, and I know Kevin Zioli. And I'm not sure. Could put a couple guys from my slapstick comedy tour. I'm gonna go there and host. So, let's see this week. Friday alumni game, Westland. Bill Wild, the mayor. Bill Wild. Yeah, all those. At the Mike Medano Arena. Always good to go into Moe's Arena. Do that. I know we can't bring it up, but I think this was very important. I wanted to bring this up when I talked about Russian 5 and why people have to see this movie. And I can't wait till next week. Next week, I expect 11 o'clock p.m. is probably what showtime will be next Wednesday after getting back from Port Huron. I don't know what I'm going to have in store, but one of the great things is that Josh sent it to the Humboldt Broncos, which was the junior team in Canada that had those players die last year in the bus accident. The surviving players, they're getting ready to go into the playoffs. There they are there. They took great inspiration from it. I think it's a great
how emotional was that room watching that movie, dude? I mean,
I think it's just that they know that it's been, when you can relate to the fact that, I think that's something that Grind Time, maybe we reach out to the team with a little message, maybe a little video message or something.
I like that.
No, because they realize, people have been through similar things, and when you see it, and you see it in your game, and you see it by maybe guys that your parents watch play, or you've heard about, or if you're from Canada, you know who the Red Wings are, and you know who I am. It's just because he'd be kicked out of the country if you're a hockey player and you didn't. But that's just what life brings together. So they're trying to regroup, getting back in, going into their playoff round. So I just thought that, to me, that's that combines hockey and the life of it, and with what happened to Vladdy, but everything else. But that just also goes to see there's a hug. It's okay to reach out in every way you can. Give your brothers a hug in any way you can, and wish those kids the best.
Right?
Yeah, that's with the hockey community.
Yep.
And you know what? Whether and it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Whether you're coming from the Lucci family, the outcast black sheep ref for the family, because he's a ref. That's just because he's a ref, not because he's a bad guy.
We're gonna pay him off to give us a couple extra penalty shots in our game.
Yeah, well, you could work. It'd be a negotiation.
We're gonna send him to Disney World.
I'm like, I tell the guys, hey, I skate by, and they're bitching about Perry's repping, and I'm like, guys, he's on my payroll. No, I'm like serious. I'm like, guys, he's on my payroll, so I mean, if it goes against me, it's because I okayed it. They don't understand that. As I just
it's hard to
take the goal in the other night. Perry's like, goal. I'm like, told you.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing as far as keeping that together. I think that's what we hit on. I think that's a great thing, not just that movie, but hockey. And I look forward to talking to everybody who goes and sees that movie. Which couple other things that there we go.
You want to play your Strand commercial?
Yeah, play
number
this
25.
Here's listen up, because here's the. I might get some calls after this one.
Right? Hollywood's going to be calling me.
Managing director of the Flagstar Strand Theater here in Pontiac.
And I'm Darren Mccarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion and headliner for a D-Max Slapstick Comedy Tour.
We're here to tell you about 3 great shows we have coming up here at the theater. First, on March 23rd, we've got America's Got Talent winner Paul Zerden. Then on April 20th, we've got star of the Netflix special Happy Face, Ryan Hamilton. And finally, on May 4th, we've got another America's Got Talent finalist, Tom Cotter. And it's all part of the St. Joseph Mercy Oakland Stand Up at the Theater series.
And along with me and my slapstick guys, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
All 3 days.
No, one. You can do one. There's other people. We can't have you do all 3 days. You can do one. Ooh, you're a big fella, aren't you?
Scene missing.
So join us here at the Flagstar.
That dude's got a bloody nose. How'd that happen?
23rd, April 20th, and May 4th.
Looks like he had a talking
Paul
to.
Zerden, Ryan Hamilton, and Tom Cotter. Along with me and my hilarious friends at the D-Max Slapstick Comedy Tour. How many shows?
All right, fine. You can do 2. 2.
All right, deal. You're a great negotiator. Maybe you should be an agent.
Yeah, I'll work on that. Hey, listen, have you seen a tooth around here?
Don't worry, they can fix those.
Okay.
Good job, Mac.
Thanks, that was fun.
Yeah, that was really
I'll
good,
tell you
dude.
that the guy's name's Ben Frick.
Flagstar Strand Theater, Pontiac. Man.
Yeah, he's how much fun I had. We just shot that for about half an hour, but it was or whatever. But what a great fun guy to be around. We just clicked off the bat. We're just joking around. So that's it's great to see them bring it back. If I'll be out there for the 23rd and the 4th hosting it. My boy Kevin Zioli, I know he's there. I don't know if any of the other guys are there or not, but
So I cannot let you guys go, the Stahls folks go, without letting you know that everybody is lighting us up about the sweater hoodie. So the hockey sweater hoodie?
Yeah.
That was you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No?
Not the Red Wing one.
Not the Red Wing one.
No.
But they have that.
They
Are we going to
have
be
the
doing
one
stuff?
that Mike's got on.
Okay.
They have with the 25 and the grind time, and they have the laces.
The laces, that's what I'm
Right,
talking
but
about.
not
So
the
just
Red Wing. That wasn't theirs.
okay.
That was a different.
But
one.
that product, the laces hoodie,
Yeah, they
we're
have
going to be
the-
doing those with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's hands down the thing that people are asking about the most.
And they
Like,
can get it with or without 25 on the back, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the good thing. Full custom.
Or you
whatever
know
want.
what? Even if you want to get a different number on the back, you can, because it says grind time on the front, and it's got my name. So I mean, I'm not that facetious.
so we're gonna make a shot
And the
right?
number
We're
on the
gonna-
sleeve too. So I mean, you're gonna have a 25
think it's
somewhere.
covered.
We're gonna tattoo you somewhere. Get
So
it.
the idea is that Scott and I have been working together, and we're going to get a core set of merchandise together,
Yep.
right? And we're going to make that stuff available online, and people will be able to order it. That's our goal.
Yep.
So
Yeah, we
everybody
took photos
listening,
today.
I'm sorry.
We took photos today for order forms for
Awesome.
everything. So we'll have photos
Okay.
for you guys
And
tomorrow.
as you say, look at it's we're 90. What do you give that room? 90 what percent?
Of what? For what?
What are we finished in that room? Because phase 1 is how much done? 90 what? Is it 90% done?
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
mean, it's
What did you give me your 90?
well,
99.7?
if I had that box, that last order that
But
we
you
made
don't have
yesterday,
it.
I don't have it. So
you're 90. If you had that box,
I'm in the 85s. I mean, I got to say
you're 85 right
yeah,
now?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's 85, right?
Yeah.
When it's 100 and it's done right, we move to phase 2, which will be that will make sure. So I'm going to tell everybody that give it a week, give it a few weeks, but we're going to do it right. I think that's the best part is about sitting around and doing it is being here is that, we all care. I'm bringing you stuff that I don't really. Don't take this the wrong way, and you won't, because it's not that I don't really care if you like it or not, because I'm wearing it and I like it, and it matches.
Well, that's
all
what people
my
want.
stuff.
They want what you like.
I know they do.
Yeah.
Because they're smart.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to worry about them. Also, too, one of the other things that I'm going to get to this more as I find out, but you heard of that app Cameo, the Cameo app?
Yes.
I'm on it.
Okay.
So people can check me out on the Cameo app if they want.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
But thank you for being a part of this. We've been trying to be really transparent with everything, like as we've been growing this. I mean, we're showing it. We weren't hiding anything from the first episode. It's like, hey,
this is
spring training.
This is what we got.
And people have been asking about merchandise, and it's you guys are part of the growth. So it means a lot to us that you're here to explain what you do, and to be able to partner with such an amazing company with such a history, and the fact that you guys invented single-handedly, like. If not invented, but perfected this amazing part of the market.
But I think that this is also too, where you have that. I guess it makes you, for people that wonder what happens to, people that invent things or be able to send it off and get bigger and stuff like that. Well, you know what I'm hearing from all three of you, from Dan, from Scott, from Paul, is that when you don't forget what it's about, and it's about the people, and it's about the product, and it goes back to why Stahls started, so you could have a jersey number on your jersey, your favorite guy, because it was out of love of the game, whatever game that was. That's what it is. Like you say, little league, big league, pro league. No, for love. It's for love of the game. Whatever your game is, we can dress you. And I think that the customer service is the number one. I don't care what you say, because life's about relationships, and
we're just so lucky that you had the connection with Mac, and that we're lucky to have Stahls, because listen, we could be floundering trying to find somebody to do our our orders and stuff, and
by the grace of God is that it's for whatever reason is that when and the way that the relationship sort of developed through you guys doing the alumni game, and then it's just the relationship just developed. Because why? Because it's the way it's supposed to be. We're not doing anything other than what is in my plan, the big game. And this stuff is awesome.
It is, dude. Wait till people see that room, man.
I'm wearing the same stuff in like 3 days.
I'm excited for people to see the room.
Scott, you just knocked it out of the park, man. You really did.
And thank you for, because that's exactly what when you came, I visioned it.
It exceeds what I had in my head. Like it's beyond. Like I saw that.
Timmy just went.
Like, oh, it's just
brave.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, this is all Danny. I mean, Danny was the one when we were listening to your podcast. He was like, I got you guys. Dude. I got your wall graphics and everything.
Thank you.
And that's why it's a part, but like you look at it, and what was important is the Stahls is there, and it'll always be there, because it's sort of you mentioned it earlier, Scott. Yeah, I participated in I had my role in how this happened, but we all have our role.
Absolutely.
You see it, how we all, I hope that maybe tonight on Grind Time with Darren Mccarty might enlighten you a little bit on the side of custom printing, on numbers, on all those jerseys, different t-shirts, all the stuff that you're going to be seeing me in, whether it's in public or whatever, because I am a swag hog and I love new stuff, and especially stuff that matches, and it's awesome. So I can't thank you enough. I look forward to as again, it's just like a continuation. Tomorrow I'll be out. We're checking out the
the cars and seeing some more of your people. But that's what it's, to me, that's what
I'm
it's
saying,
about.
you take care of us and we take care of
And
you.
that's you know, it's just the same thing. It's that relationship. You want to get to know some people and that want to get to know you. Wait, that's the thing. Stahls, we want to get to know you. Who are you, Stahls? Who we want to know who you are.
Now we know him.
We're gonna have to get you to come up with our slogans.
People
I like
that
that.
want to have that relationship, it's there.
I mean, we've covered a lot of ground tonight.
little
Dream
bit.
Steamer, you know. Yeah.
Come on.
And also,
Now,
there's
Hey, Ron
something
Jeremy,
that
I'm doing a show with him 420. He's gonna steal that from you.
Doing a heavy
We'll have
heat
to give
press
him
over
that.
here.
we might as well give a little sneak
Yeah, there you go.
about something that Scott and I are working directly on. Something that happens to coincide with a certain date known as March 26th.
Oh.
So stay tuned. We got something special for that.
Yeah, we're working on the side for that. That'll be pretty cool.
So actually, I can announce. So March 26th, which is a Tuesday. Okay, I do know that. I did look at the calendar. Unfortunately, the fact that it is the day of the reckoning of Sweet Revenge, that it's the reckoning day.
Fight
It
Night at
is
the
March
Joe.
26th, 97 is the date.
22nd
That is the
anniversary.
22nd Claude LaHoo Turtle 22 year party. I am going to watch the game during on
Right here in
the
the studio.
Tuesday and watch the game and talk through it. Now, not only joined by Perry Vellucci and Tim Krakowski, Meltdown's coming in.
Yes.
And I'm also working on
That's awesome.
somebody else. So Melty confirmed, so I'll have him and
That's going to be great. You and
it'll be
Meltdown
unique.
talking
We're
through
gonna
the
get
game.
it down,
Barry.
and I've never done it like that, and I think it'll be with the new studio, and I think it'll be apropos. So
Stoked.
we do that. You gentlemen are more than invited to come and watch. I'm gonna do it private, but I mean, you guys are our family, so with everything
That'd be
that's
awesome.
gone there, I would expect that.
You had something else, Scott.
One last thing. I always submit a bunch of questions.
Oh yeah.
On Facebook.
I know.
I wanna run
Hey,
through-
you know how I know? Because Perry's head almost blows up. I'm like,
Sorry,
relax,
Perry.
Perry. It's
Yeah.
just questions. All right.
So we'll run through a lightning round here.
Let's
I don't want
go.
to keep everybody.
For
So
me or for these
for,
guys?
for you.
Okay,
This is
for
for
me.
you.
All right, I'm ready.
25,
Lightning round.
All right,
Right
lightning
time.
round.
Lightning round with D-Mac and Scott Questions Valley from Stahls.
All right. Best gift you've ever received, and it can't be your kids.
Best gift I've ever received, and it can't be my kids. It was the God dang. It was either the Millennium Falcon or when I was 9 or the 18 race car set by my grandparents when I was 10. It was
Still-
either that.
okay.
God, I got
That's
so
it.
much
I know.
use on
He
all of
answered.
them.
He answered.
Okay, that's a good one.
Hot
18
take.
car, man. You could pull the trigger and they would do U-turns and you could smack. Anyway,
All
sorry.
right. Most famous person you've ever met.
Whew. Famous to people?
Is this to you?
I think it just happened.
Oh, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty. Mike Tyson's pretty. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So sentimental.
What's your favorite golf course?
My favorite golf course is still. It is. It's the Birmingham Country Club.
Boom.
Played it. Was there for member for 10 years, and I could still play it today, and it's still tough.
Favorite golf partner?
Favorite golf partner, Uncle Chucky in Florida.
Favorite pizza?
Mushroom pepper or pepperoni, mushroom, green pepper.
Heel or toe curve?
Oh, heel all day. My kid's Griffin's a toe curve maniac.
That's all they make now.
That's
What?
That's all they make.
I can score with anything though.
Top shelf or 5-hole?
Cheese.
In life.
Yeah, cheese. Top shelf, baby.
Black or white tape?
Mostly black. It depends on the mood. But I will go white. I'm not anti-white, but if I go white, I will take the puck and make it black.
Okay.
So it's got to be. So that's technically what, butterscotch?
Your absolute favorite goal?
My favorite goal? Yeah, I mean, I beat one guy one-on-one my whole career. You might as well do it for the Stanley Cup clincher. Hello. And then you can send Christmas cards to Eric Lindros because he scores with like 11 seconds left to make yours the winner. And when they give you a clincher, they can't take that away from you. Forever. And ever, ever.
Ever. So a favorite goal that you've seen though, your favorite goal to watch.
Pavel Datsuk, reverse toe drag, Marty Turco.
That was awesome.
Oh, dude, that was the truth. And then the next night he tried to do it again to Backstrom, and he would have had him, but it hit the knob of his stick or something.
Your best fight. Best fight.
Dude, I used to. There's a couple doozies I used to have with Paul Cruz and Brad May and Ryan Vandenbush and Jr. Like, I bet you my junior fights and my minor league fights are so much more highlight reel than a lot of the. I like.
Do we have those anywhere? I haven't seen some of those. I'd love to see them.
I destroyed Matthew Barnaby in front of the Colorado net in like 2003 or 4. That was good. I got him real good. And I like Barney, but he's just a rat. He was being a rat.
Biggest chicken you've ever,
Jamal Myers.
Scariest guy you've ever fought?
Oh, Joey Kosher.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Tony Twist, or anybody that can end your career.
Best hockey movie?
Best hockey movie or truest hockey movie? Best hockey movie, Slapshot.
Come on.
Truest hockey movie is Youngblood.
Okay. Who wins in a fight? Osgood or Dean Youngblood?
Ozzy all day. You would have, I would have took
I don't mean
Youngblood
any
before
disrespect.
I saw Ozzy manhandle Wah. And Ozzy's a little bit jacked up right now, and he's dirty. But, yeah, I got to go with my boy Oz. Because he's sneaky, dude. He's sneaky.
Best Stevie Y story or the scariest Stevie Y story?
How about they're both in the same one?
Please.
If you read my book, My Last Fight, True Story of a Hockey Rockstar, we almost lost him out of the 21st floor of the Hilton in Phoenix because his drunk ass decided that after because he'd get drunk, he'd get twice a year, whatever, that he might have, for these trips, whatever. Then he'd get a little bit overserved, he always wanted to wrestle and fight me. So I'd have to bury him in the corner and I'm, give him Charlie horses to get him to stop. And then that was all good that I could finally get him, except now he had Joey on his side. So Joey had Drake's pinned down. He's giving him kidney punches. He's got bruises. He's pissing blood, trying to pull Joey off. And then Stevie, it all quiets down, right? I'm sitting at the end of the bed. He ain't done. He takes a dive for me. I move, bang, into the window, shakes the room. 15 guys standing in the room. Where do you want to go for dinner? Like this. How would that have worked out?
I don't know.
I don't know what is worse, losing the captain because I did my matrix on him and he went through the window, or if the internet and Facebook and all that social media was around when we played. I don't know what would have been worse because they're pretty close. I think I avoid. What I'm trying to say is I know that I avoided some very catastrophic alter universe.
Best grind line story.
Best grind line story.
Or funniest.
These guys. I'll give you these guys. They're ruthless. They used to put soap that I was allergic to on my underwear, so I get a pizza ass. And they call me pizza ass. They used to call me pizza ass all the time.
Pizza ass.
Because I was allergic to the soap and I get a bit of a rash.
Okay, best Osgood story. There's only a couple more. Best Osgood
Ozzy.
Story.
Well, Ozzy, dude. I tell this story. If he did it once, he did it 5-10 times. He used to every now and then sew your keys into your pocket. Right? And that's great when it's playoffs or summer or spring or fall, but when it's 30 degrees out and and you're going commando, because only way you can get them out of your pocket is taking your pants off and go, upside down, because they don't just use sewing, they use yarn. Yeah, dick.
All right. Best Scotty Bowman story or scariest Scotty Bowman story?
Oh, best Scotty Bowman best Scotty Bowman story is with my son. So Scotty, there's a bunch of different Scotties, but there's Sundays, because all the kids grew up. We were younger and they grew up at the rink. So Sundays when we had optionals, all the kids would come and skate and whatever. And I remember that it was after practice. My son Griffin was like 4, and Scotty'd be like, "Grandpa, like he knows all your family, your kids. Hey, Griff, you want to come watch the game?" It's afternoon game. I was getting some work in the training room done, so I see him going into Scotty's office with Scotty, and they're sitting there, and I can hear him talking. I'm getting some like treatment or something like this, and then Barry Smith, our assistant coach, comes out of the shower in a towel, goes to go into the room. Scotty stands up and slams the door in Barry's face. So Barry stops at the door, soaking wet in his towel with his head down. Sort of looks around. Scotty opens the door and he says, "Fuck off, Barry. I finally got somebody in here who knows the game." Boom, slams the door again. Smith stands there, looks around, puts his head down, and boom, Peter's off. 5 minutes later, Scotty and Griff, "Hey, okay, Griff, yeah, okay, Scotty, that's it." Oh, yeah. Beauty.
All right, and we're going to end with this one. Your favorite action star. What type of actions?
Of all time?
All time.
That's a good question, bro.
I know, right?
You can't just mail it in because
No. You can't. This says a lot.
See, it's
Who's up there?
Can I hit this, Perry? Got him.
Yeah.
You can hit whatever.
You got
You
him.
didn't get me because I'm gonna go like
the longest.
the longest answer because I can't like who do I enjoy in the action genre?
No. The question was pretty clear, man.
I don't have a favorite.
Well, you better throw something out, man.
I can throw something out there, but if he's gonna say that it took too long, then I'm not gonna.
No. I'm just saying. I was just happy it made you think.
He was ringing his own bell.
No. There is like I like Statham. I'm a big Statham fan, but but I'm also a huge Michael Madsen guy. But that's my B. That's my number. That's my favorite B. You asked me my favorite B-list actor, Michael Madsen. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like the character.
But
guy.
I mean,
Action star,
Statham is a strong answer.
Right now, The Rock.
Oh, The Rock.
I could watch The Rock do anything from Jumanji to Skyscraper.
No Van Damme.
Van Damage back in the day, bro. Double Team with Dennis Rodman,
he's
was
got his
one of
own
the best
Netflix
movies.
show.
Van Damage, but I was more of a Seagal guy. See, if you
That's
want
what
a
I was
genre-
thinking. I do it, Paul.
But if you want a genre size,
We knew it.
I wasn't with the fucking splits on the thing, man. I was more with the bad runner. I'm more of a bad runner than
Paul and I
splits.
for sure thought it was Seagal.
Oh yeah, like if you're saying back in the day, you should have said growing up.
I just thought you would go there.
Right. Seagal. You finally got Seagal out of me though.
Yeah,
you knew. You knew.
Sorry, that's questions out. Sorry.
Those
guys,
are awesome.
Those
Thank
are
you,
awesome
Scott.
questions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very
I
much.
wonder how many of them I get in trouble for. None, Tim. This is Grind Time with Darren Mccarty. There's no such thing.
What do you say, Mac?
Well, I think that not only everybody will be eager, they can check out the new studio, little preview that Perry put on next door. We will be in there next week. I will be in Onstead on Saturday, Westland Friday for the alumni. Good lineup. Of course, I'm in it. No, it'd be good to see the mayor, Bill Wild. Always a great game.
Yep.
That's a long time. Next Tuesday morning, I'll be on Fox 2. A lot of stuff going on, but next Wednesday, when you tune back in, we'll be at Sperry's Movie House next Wednesday for the Russian 5 premiere. Hometown. I like to call it the hometown premiere.
Yep, all the screens at Sperry's, and then we're gonna haul ass back here and do a little wrap up show.
So and we're gonna try to have some communique with the peeps.
Sure.
Out there, Collins or.
Yeah, maybe we can hand out numbers with the hotline to people out there, and if they get home, and if they're still, if everybody's buzzing after watching it, they can call us and talk about it.
They will be, dude. You've seen it.
Yeah, it was amazing. We saw it the world premiere at the Fillmore, and it was life changing.
And that's what I was telling Darren today, Tim, that I can't wait to see it a second time.
Well, I know.
Because each time you see it, you're picking up something new.
Something else, yeah.
Yeah. So
and we were just so blown away by the espionage portion. Like it just took us all off guard. Like, oh wow, there was a whole State Department, CIA, and it was like we weren't even ready for that. I can't wait for everybody to see the Russian 5, man. Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. What do you guys? Anything to look forward to? What Stahls got going up? The NFL drafts next, where they can look
We
look
got
for
you
some
coming to
stuff going
MEC
on?
tomorrow.
Yeah, we have.
well,
We
yeah.
got some things that highlights. You coming to MEC. You're gonna check out the museum, which is epic, out of this world. And then we have a trade show. We got a big trade show, Atlantic City. We'll be in Atlantic City next weekend,
Cool.
which will be really good. Mario and I will be there. And then the draft is coming up.
Cool.
So-
And if you want any information about Stahls, Stahls, Stahls.com. If you are in the business, if you're thinking about starting a printing business, a custom printing or embroidery type of business, if that's your passion or your lane, you should definitely look into Stahls.com with an H, Stahls, and learn about what they got going, because they're the best in the business.
Thank you guys for having us so much.
Yes, thank you.
No,
Darren.
Perry, what do you got? You got anything?
No.
Okay.
See you Friday.
I you ref for Friday.
Yeah, I'm
Are you
ref
gonna
for
have
Friday.
the camera?
Actually, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Oh, that camera's definitely in
What's
the back.
tomorrow?
Okay. I'm going to meet you to go at the museum, see these guys.
Is that
They
right?
invited me also. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that they did.
Yeah, I appreciated it too.
It's all part of our plan for the game.
All right, hey, you know what? You're on to something, because I mean, you're going at it properly. You're getting in the right, dude. You're buttering me off, dude. Yeah, hey, you know what? I don't listen to him anyways. Timmy, what do you got going on?
Just trying to finish the studio, man. Finish the studio.
How's
Everything's going great at Stars and Strikes. We had a couple fighters that made their debut. We've got new fighters making debuts, and they're doing really well. Really proud of them. James Beneteau, the owner, is just doing a great job. And his program, people come in that are new, people come off the streets, and immediately they're training side by side with pro and amateur fighters. And then you can get in shape, you can learn self-defense, and if you feel it, if you want it, if it's for you, you can fight, man. And we got people doing their first jiu-jitsu tournaments. We got people doing their first kickboxing fights. We got people doing their first MMA fights. And we're just super proud of them. Proud of everybody at Stars and Stripes.
Right, and then
MMA.
if you like, I think it's important that if you just want it for the spirituality or for the mental or for the sweat or for the workout,
Nobody who's ever come to an MMA gym or a jiu-jitsu academy, nobody's ever regretted coming. It's never happened. Anybody who's ever come has been so happy that they've came.
And I challenge everybody else to at least try it once.
Yep.
All right. Well, I thank you to the Stahls fellas. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. For Perry, for Tim, this is Darren Mccarty. And like I always try to say, unless I forget, no matter how many times you fall down, all that matters is you get back up. Grind time. Out.